Welcome back, friends. Junior with a classic VW Bug. Today we continue to work with Harley, the 73 Westfalia. Today's video is going to be all about cleaning and assessing any areas that may need reconditioning under the bus so that I can make this vehicle roadworthy. Okay, so advantages of removing the tranny, removing the axle. You can see that now we have all of that space right there. And it's going to be much easier to sit in there or lie down and, find a way to clean the area. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take some pictures so that I can share with you before, and when I'm done, I'll also share with you some pictures of the after. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward with our job. Some of the tools that I will be using. Okay, so some of the tools that I will be using, you can see right here. So some of those tools, that's what I am going to be using right now. So I took some of that penetrating oil and I blasted a few bolts just to make sure that when the time comes for me to actually remove them, at least I know that they have been soaking in penetrating oil. So every now and then stop and show you the progress. So now just taking a few video clips of what it looks like now so that when I'm done you can do a comparison and see the difference between what it looks like right now and when I'm done working with it. There are some areas where I can see some oil residue or grime and stuff like that I will first find a way to degrease it with degreaser and soapy water before I actually put a wire brush to it, because I don't really want to get my wire brushes contaminated. Previous video, this might have not been very clear, but some of the things that I mentioned when I was dropping the tranny was that I forgot to remove this cable right here. This cable connects to a sensor that sends a signal to your rear lights when you shift to reverse. And I forgot to remove the ground cable that it was actually connected right here on to this stud right here. And this is the clutch cable right here. That's the support that I disassemble from the tranny, and you have the wing nut here. Okay, so far working underneath, the best go-to has been this little small jackhammer from Harbor Freight, and it comes with the little chisel, and so I set the PSI to about 60 so that I make sure that I am not going to dent or thin some of the metal underneath, rather than just cleaning it and scraping off all of the underneath undercoating. And so I know I feel like I'm stuck here in this rear end, but I know that my patience and dedication at the end of the day will pay off, because I want to get this done right. So I am taking the time to do it right at once and not have to come back. Okay, so I now just moved over to the driver's side, and with a lot of patience continue to just scrape off whatever I can. This is time consuming, but if you really have a thing for Volkswagens and you want to get it done right, you just have to take the time to get it done. and be patient. So just giving you a closer look. We got progress. I think it's looking so much better. I will have some challenges here trying to get into these openings and some of these crevices, but we'll figure the way to actually get to it. Also, some of the other things that I find that are going to probably be a challenge is trying to clean some of these rubbers and some of these wires or rubber housings that they actually house either the clutch cable or the accelerator cable and things like that, but you know, we'll figure something out. Again, it's looking so much nicer. Some areas the undercoating sort of like gets really hard, and when you wire wheel it, you know, with the wire brush and the drill, it becomes either pasty or it becomes so hard that it almost gets like really brittle and it cracks, and sometimes it might just like stay there. Like right here, you know, we're gonna get to it, and so we'll figure out, you know, what we need to do. I need to figure out how to clean these pipes in here. These are the heater channels that supply the heat inside the cabin. I have some ideas for this here, but I yet have to do some more assessment and see if I can actually come up with a jig, you know, for that. Definitely I will be connecting the heat exchangers and the hoses to it, but somewhere along that pipe, I'm thinking about maybe adding a second unit. So I'll think about that sometime as we progress more into the project. Tomorrow, the plan is to get back here, spray some degreaser over that, and get some of that out. I don't like to get that grease and stuff like that in my wire brushes, because then it gets contaminated, and when you try to paint something, if you use the same wire brush, then you may have issues, and you know, your paint may just you know, bubble off or something like that. But it's looking so much better, and so I'm going to leave it right there for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean this here so that it doesn't look that fixed tomorrow when I get back here. All right. Okay, so we're back, and today it's been raining, but it's warm, and it's like 52 degrees out. It's like 50 here in the garage. So I'm gonna apply some degreaser and see if I can get most of that grime from the underneath, and then I can get back under there and see if I need to do anything else, or if that would be sufficient. I might even just do like a little rinse on the parts that I already painted, just because the fact that I have been grinding under that, dust has actually gotten in the air, and it's right now laying some of it over the areas that I already painted. So I'm gonna go applying some degreaser over it, letting it sit for a little bit, and tackling it to see if that helps out. Okay, friends, so earlier I used this little spatula right here and try to scrape off some of that grime off of that. So my plan initially was to tackle it with the pressure washer, but then I started to think about, you know, there's so much of it and it is so thick that I wonder if the electric pressure washer has the power to actually remove that. So what I'm going to do is I have a brass wire brush and a soft bristle brush. So with this spatula and some biodegradable degreaser and a rack, I'm going to try to attempt to damp the areas that are really dirty in there and see if I can remove some of that just using this stuff here, so that when I power wash it, it looks nicer. So you go ahead and get under there. Make sure that that's recording. Yep. Okay. So let's get there. Let's get it done. So I'm gonna lie down here on the cripper, and I might even do this first, just because. And as you can see, we moved over to the wheel well and went back to our pneumatic jackhammer with the chisel to get this little area right here, which is more and better accessible through this end here. So all of that right there has come down from down here. I'll go ahead and give you a quick view of how far we are into the cleaning process here. So, okay, so started knocking down the underneath protective undercoating from here. Right here, and all of this here. Started to scrape off all the undercoating from here. The floors look pretty solid, at least here, so we continue to go that way. starting to scrape off some of that undercoating off of those insulation jackets and some of that. So we're moving along. This is going to be pretty labor intensive. I'm going to get as far as to this lifting jack point right here. I'm going to go ahead and clean all of this here, and my plan is to go ahead and coat with some rust protector and rust encapsulator all of this area, and then keep on going forward. All right, so okay friends, so we're gonna cut this video short here and continue to share with you more later on. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank you for that. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, this is Junior with a Classic VW Bucks. Junior out.